All right, Carrie. Carrie, where did you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Orange County.
And tell me about your family growing up.
I'm the youngest of 3 girls. My parents were married and divorced when I was 13. I come from a family of a lot of addiction and alcoholism on both sides. When I was 14, I was heavily into alcohol and marijuana. Started doing cocaine at 16. Started shooting up heroin and cocaine at 17. I got pregnant and got married by the time I was 18 and had 2 prison terms in by the time I was 20. My husband then was sentenced to 9 years in prison for burglaries that we did to support our heroin habit. And so I divorced him immediately. Obviously, it didn't stay on as a robber or burglar when he went away. So I became a prostitute, and I met my second husband working on Harbor Boulevard in the city of Santa Ana. He left a marriage with 5 children and a wife of 13 years to be with me. He fell head over heels in love with me, and 21 years old, I moved in with him. I used off and on for the first few years. He was always trying to get me to get clean and sober. I ended up getting off the heroin, but I switched my addiction to alcoholism, and I became a full-blown drunk. It was a lot easier. It was more acceptable. He wasn't my husband yet. I didn't get married until 10 years later. It took that long for him to get divorced. But he was wealthy, very wealthy. So we were accepted by the big crowds and the judges and politicians and different construction companies that partied, and I was just another wife that drank a lot. He had 5 kids, as I said. I had 1. When we got married, we had 3 more together. And so we raised a family of 9, a blended family. It's interesting. Before we got married, we got sober. Christmas Eve, him and I got in a big fight, and I ended up getting arrested. I spent Christmas in jail, away from my kids. My son was only 1.5. I hadn't even had my baby girl yet. And when the cops came, I called the police on him. He was hurting me pretty bad. We were both drunk. And when they came, he was bleeding pretty badly from me, so I got arrested. And it was right around the time O.J. Simpson story was out, so they were really into domestic violence, like separating the parties, and so I stayed in jail for about 5 days, and that was hard. That was really rough. When I got out, I started going to meetings at Saddleback Church, Celebrate Recovery, and doing AA, and I stayed very active in that program for 14 years. And during that time, we got married. He got sober as well, and we got married. And we abstained from everything. We didn't do any type of drug or alcohol at all. And our life was really cool. It was manageable. We went on vacations. We were normal. We had money, and we had fun, and we had love, and we had a beautiful family. And then one day, death and life knocked on our door. We started having, he lost his dad, and he's an only child, and he lost his mother. I got diagnosed with cancer. Cancer was really tough for me. It was a year of hell. I dropped down to 79 pounds. I lost my hair. I was very, very sick. I had liver failure. And it was hard. We made it through, and 6 months to the date, I got cancer again. All the while, I was seeing a pain specialist that had me on such a high dosage of fentanyl patches. He had 18 patients that he was playing Russian roulette with, if you will. My doctor ended up getting arrested, fleeing the country, getting caught, and committing suicide in his cell in prison. So we were very involved in his court procedures, and it was really a lot. Right after my second bout of cancer, which was in my leg, it was called sarcoma. It attacks the soft tissue in your body. My husband was diagnosed, well, not diagnosed, no, he had quite a few heart attacks actually before. We went and saw the doctor, and he hadn't been seeing his cardiologist the whole time I was sick, so it'd been a couple years, and they rushed him in for an immediate 5-way bypass. He died on the table. They brought him back. They sewed an instrument up in him. So 48 hours later, they had to reopen his chest, take the instrument out. And the trauma that all of that, it was too much for, I don't know, anybody to handle, I think. And it wrecked him completely. Completely different person. I don't even know where my husband went. I mean, we were together 23 years at this time. I don't know where he went. He was gone. And this other man came home from the hospital, and he was mean, and he was angry, and he smacked kids and yelled, and was on a bunch of medications and started drinking again, and didn't want to go to church, and fuck everybody. I didn't want to leave him because he had stayed with me, and he took such good care of me when I was sick, and I couldn't stay with him. He was so mean. He was horrible. And I had a 3-year-old at the time, and a 7-year-old son, and I ended up leaving him, and my 3-year-old was turning 6, and I left. I couldn't stay any longer. We lost everything. The market changed. We went from a 4,500 square foot custom home on the top of the hill that overlooked Catalina and Newport. Saw 11 different fireworks show every 4th of July, to a little 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,100 square foot home in Mission Viejo, where he was brought up in his parents' house. It was paid for. And that was hard. That was crazy, because a lot of people in a little tiny house is rough. When I left him, I started drinking again. I always thought that I could be a good drinker, that I could control myself. And, I let go of 16 years of sobriety. In doing so, it was crazy. I did relapse at 10 years, but total it was 16 years that we were in the program and sober. And that was a huge change, because my kids only knew us in sobriety. They didn't know us as alcoholics or addicts. They didn't want to see mom and dad drunk. And he drank a lot. So he wouldn't leave me alone, so I uprooted my kids, and I moved down south to San Marcos, near my mom and her husband. And in a year and a half, we moved 13 times. I had no stability. I had nothing to offer my children. They were a mess. My daughter, my little baby girl, was sick all the time. first through third grade, she was failing. My son he always had problems. He had special needs, and they diagnosed him as bipolar very young on, at 5 years old, and he now is smoking pot and taking LSD and mushrooms and anything he can do, really, pills to just escape. So when he came home from school one day, his father had a shotgun pulled on him, and his girlfriend saying, "Get the fuck out of my house. Who are you?" So out of his mind. Like, our life just totally changed. We were poor. We never had anything ever again. And couldn't even make my rent. My parents were always trying to help us, especially because we had, I had my little kids still. And so I moved my little family up to Paradise, right just in time for the big Paradise fires, where my dad was and my sisters, and we lost everything. And at that time, we were moved up there. It wasn't our residence, it was my sister's. We were moved up there to remodel the house and help my dad get my sister out of there. So we were in a trailer outside. So when the Red Cross and everybody's coming in to help in FEMA, we weren't part of that because we didn't live there long enough. We were only there for 14 days when the fires came. So now we're homeless and we're living in motels and trying to make $100 a day rent. And it just got to be too much. It just got to be way too much. I started to get sick. I went to the doctor. Now I have ovarian cancer. And I just said, fuck this, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing treatment. Because they said, you gotta get right away. We gotta beat this. This is your third time. This isn't gonna be easy. We gotta go full force. I'm not going full force. I'm not doing that again. I'm crazy. There's no way I'm gonna do that treatment. How can I do that and be a single parent? Being the only person my kids had. I couldn't even take care of them as it was the way my lifestyle was and drinking. And so no, I opted out of treatment and I started to get high. I went and picked up my heroin addiction right where it left off, 25 years previous. And that was crazy. My little girl is 10 years old and she walks in and sees her brother and I shooting up in the bathroom of Motel 6. Because I didn't go alone, I took my son with me. He's now almost 20. And he had already had this lifestyle, so why not? I came home high and he said, "Mom, where's the dope?" He could tell, and I said, "It's in my purse. Help yourself." If he wants to be by themselves. And I didn't. My daughter left to go to a church camp in August. And in October, I was arguing with my sister to send her home from Chico, California. And my daughter got on the phone and said, "I don't want to come home. I don't want to live with you. I hate your life. You're a drug addict. You live in motels. And you hang out with gross people. I'm not coming home." Click. She was 12 years old and she knew exactly what she wanted, and it was not me. Basically, I abandoned my daughter. Chose my addiction over her. Chose my addiction over my son, too, because I drug him everywhere I went. I never once said, "No, son, you shouldn't go. You should go with your dad." No, come on. I'll pay for it. Now I'm on fentanyl.
You're staying on Skid Row?
I graduated, yeah. I'm really in the slums. My whole time, it's been almost 9 years now. And I managed to stay in a hotel room this whole time. I've slept outside 14 times in almost 9 years. which is really freaking amazing because it's a big expense, $100 a day, and that's what most hotels are. In October, I was visiting a friend in Buena Park, and another person was sitting on the stairs waiting for the same friend to come back to the room. And he said, well, they're not going to show up. I'm going to go. We talked for a couple hours. He said, I'm going to go back to LA and pick up my car. And I said, oh, can I go with you? I said, I'm so sick of Orange County. That's always me going to a new place, start over. Nobody knows me. I said, yeah, come on. So I went with him. And I found myself on South Central Avenue in SRO, living environment. And I ended up staying not with him, but with a friend of his through December, almost to Christmas. And then one of my friends said, oh, I can get you paid to go to rehab. I said, okay. Make my family happy, get some money. I went to detox and rehab in December. You have to complete the program to get paid. I'm not a very good completer. And so I left 11 days early because I got in a fight with some staff. And they would not give me my medication when I left there. I was on Suboxone. So basically they sent me up to fail. Within 3 days I was getting high again. And now here I am. I got kicked out of that apartment almost 4 weeks ago, about 3.5 weeks ago. And now I live in a tent on Town and 7th by Skid Row. I would do anything for a hotel room because I don't sleep very much anymore. I don't make the money I used to make. I was making really good money. I was posting my ads online. I was what they call a high-paid call girl. I was the MILF everybody loved. Now I can't even get myself cleaned up and get my makeup on, so it goes fast. And here I am.
Is this your lowest point, you think?
I think so. And I want so badly to get off this fentanyl, and now I'm, however this happened, I am addicted to crack now too. So I picked that up in the last month. That's how I ended up down there. I went to pick up some crack. I played around with it at home and in the last few months. But I wouldn't stay on it for weeks. I would do a couple days and then be done. And I went down there to pick it up and I met a guy who was selling it to me. And he's actually who brought me here. And I started inviting him over to the apartment, and my roommate met him, and we had some fun and laughs. And then all of a sudden, one night about 3 o'clock in the morning, my guy, who is now my boyfriend, had a crack attack, is what they call it, and dopes out, and better get me some crack or I'm gonna fucking kill you. And that didn't go over real well with my roommate or the people that were visiting. So the next day, I got kicked out. He threw all my stuff out of the apartment. And I had nowhere to go, and my dad, who's always been there, my dad's 88 now, he's 88, always been so supportive of me and my sisters, and he's just like, get sober. They know me sober, and they love me sober. They don't love this Carrie whatsoever. They don't want anything to do with this Carrie. My mom is in my life on a daily. I talk to her daily. She helps me as much as she can. She's my great codependent. She always has been. And I love her for that. I don't know what I'd do without her. But yeah, I'm supposed to go to detox this week. And I don't have anything lined up. I'm just going to go show up at Tarzana Treatment Center in the morning and hopefully take me one day. But what happens is you go there and they don't have a bed. And then you go the next, like, I've done this before. I go the next day. We still don't have a bed, Carrie. Come back tomorrow. Okay, odds are I'll go back a third day. And then I give up. Because they still don't have a bed. And they're never going to have a bed for me because then my mind starts talking to me, telling me they're not going to help you. You're not good enough. You don't deserve this. Go get high and shut the fuck up.
You feel like the whole system is just...
I'm 57 years old and I know myself. I know the way I think. And I know it's going to... I need help. I need somebody to come along and say, you know what? I got this place for you. You can start on Tuesday. Are you ready? I would say, yes, I'm ready to go. I'll give it a shot. I can't promise you anything, but I'll go and try. So, I'll just wait.
Do you feel like anything...
I'm sorry.
Do you have hope of anything working out for you?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that angel to come and help me.
What would that angel look like?
Somebody that cared enough to help me get in somewhere. It's hard to get off of the street. It's hard to... I've been trying for the last 2 weeks to get in a hotel room so I can get some sleep and take a shower and just be civilized again. This is not the way I live. I hate it. I don't like this at all. I was in a shootout. I don't know that. That's not my life. I wasn't raised with gangs. I've never even heard gunshots like that. 2 times there was a drive-by right in the area where I call it a campsite. It's not a campsite. It's tents on the side of the road. I don't know what else to call it, really. And they drove by and shot up the place. Like I could have gotten shot and killed. And I never would have seen my kids again. I don't want to stay like this. I know that I can succeed because I succeeded in sobriety before.
And your children?
They'll step alongside me if I'm sober. If I'm in a program, my family will all be there. I know that. I have an amazing support system.
You do?
I really do.
But they just kind of will not help you when you're in this state?
It's been too long. They tried. It's been 9 years. I've been MIA for 9 years. That's not a joke. That's a long time.
What emotions do you go through? I mean, is it shame that cripples you the most?
Disbelief, shock, guilt, major guilt, which comes along with shame. And then that vicious cycle just keeps going, you know. And so when the pain gets real and the emotions are raw, I go get high. Do a little bit more. Make it go away. And it does. And that's what addiction is real. You know, it goes away for the time being. But it's just a little Band-Aid fix. You know, it's not anything that's going to last. I'm too old to be here. I know that. I should be somewhere enjoying my life and my grandchildren. I have a bunch of grandchildren. I've never even met them. They won't even send me pictures. I mean, I've got nothing coming from my kids right now. You get right, and then we'll be there. But until then, stay there. And I respect that. You know, I wouldn't want... Why would they want to bring me around their kids? Look at me. This is not what I look like.
What do you think people don't understand about drug addiction?
They think everybody wants to get high. It's just a want. They just want to get high. They just want to get fucked up. But it's not true. I'm physically ill in the morning if I don't have drugs. I'm vomiting. I'm on the toilet. I can't move. It's the worst depending feeling I've ever had in my life. And fentanyl is no joke. I've saved 39 people from dying. I've lost 18 people.
With Narcan?
Narcan, CPR, mouth to mouth. And I was certified because we had a pool and we had little kids, and nobody out there knows how to do CPR. Nobody knows how to give mouth to mouth properly. So it's always like, let her in. But those 18 people, most of them were kids, under 30. That's reality. When you're staring down looking at a blue body that just didn't make it.
How many friends have you lost?
I don't even know. 18 people died under my CPR. Me actually administering CPR, 18 people have died. A few of them I knew. Most of them, the majority, I did not know. They were strangers in a motel. On the side of the road or back getting high in the woods where I was. I've lost so many people, I couldn't even tell you. I've passed 70 friends and acquaintances that I've known. If they didn't OD, they killed themselves. I have quite a few friends that shot themselves. Just suicide. Because they couldn't take it anymore. This is a hard, hard life. The way that the world has gotten, it's like, when I was young, I was in and out of jail a lot.
For what kind of things?
They don't do that anymore. The jails are so overcrowded, and they just...
Well, you're saying they used to arrest you for drugs.
Yeah. They arrested you for being high in the public.
They don't do that anymore.
They could care less.
They just leave you be.
The cops don't even get out of their car where I stay right now because they're
I've seen
too
cops
scared.
roll by where people, there's like
We're getting high and they'll just drive on by.
4 crack addicts,
Yeah.
all smoking.
They don't care.
They don't even put their pipes away when the
No,
cops roll by.
We
Slow.
don't. Because we know they're not going to do anything. They don't want us. They want the people with the kilos. They want the guns.
Mm-hmm.
They want the gangbangers.
Yeah, it's not like the cops are doing anything wrong. It's
There's
that the whole
just no
system,
room. The whole system.
Yeah, there's no rooms in the courts and the jails.
No.
The whole system is broken.
The cases will get thrown out anyway, so why waste the time?
What do you think the solution is?
They better get this fentanyl off the streets is all I know.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking bad. It's gnarly. That is a crazy drug.
If the country could somehow get the drugs out of the country, everything.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
I don't either.
Because they're helping bring it in.
I just came back from a road trip across the country. I think 16 states, I think. There's drugs in every freaking state. Every city, every state.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've got friends from Oklahoma City. I've got friends from Texas.
No, I mean, I was in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama.
Louisiana's got a lot of drugs.
It's everywhere. And then Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, which is crippled by it.
Right.
And then Ohio. And some states have it. Some states are more crippled than others, but it's just the whole freaking country is pathetic.
Yeah, they better figure something out because it's a bad drug. And once you start it, you don't stop. And there's nobody, I don't know anybody that would smoke it or however you administer it into your body one time. Not one person. That high is so good, you're going to do it again. I don't care who you are. If you tried it right now, I promise you in 3 days I'd have you strung out. Not because I forced it on you, because you're saying, Carrie, just give me a little bit, please.
And the problem is if you...
Just a little bit, please.
Right. And the problem is for some people can actually do things like alcohol or pot and leave it
Not
there.
Not fentanyl.
But the problem is if you start, a young person start with a lot of trauma in their past, in their childhood, will start doing a drug like marijuana, and that'll lead to something like crystal meth, and that'll end up leading to fentanyl, and then it's over. I interviewed somebody this morning. They were so proud that they went cold turkey on fentanyl. Oh, good for you. That's a great story. Can't wait to hear all the details. All they did is they traded it for crystal meth.
Yeah.
And they're
They
all proud
use
of
the
it.
meth to get off the
Yeah.
petty.
They'll use crack to get off the fentanyl or vice versa.
Well, and I said
They're
that.
all interchangeable.
I said that just a few days ago. I said, my fentanyl use has gone down so much. I used to do 3 grams a day, and now I'm down to like a half a gram to a gram a day. But I smoke so much crack, it's ridiculous. It's like, okay, that's cocaine you're smoking. Hello. So it's all a bunch of crap.
Yeah. And every once in a while, I've interviewed 11,000 people now, and like I can count on one hand how many people have really
made it
out.
And we're talking sobriety, longevity.
Yeah. Because the people who make it out,
I made it.
they disappear.
I got out. I made it.
They relapse.
That was 16 years is a long time to be sober.
You were sober for 16 years?
It was. And I say we were together 23 years. So in the beginning of our marriage, we were drinking and smoking pot and stuff.
So let's back up. How did you meet? This is your husband?
My husband. He picked me up. I was a hooker.
You met when you were on the streets as a prostitute?
Yeah. He pulled
And it turned into a marriage. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
How did that happen? He was a customer?
He was my customer.
And you ended up getting married.
Fell in love with me. He left his wife for me. It was crazy.
It's wonderful.
It was crazy. When we were at Saddleback Church, I traveled to 39 different churches that they sent me to with testimonies on the go. And they gave my story and how everything I've just shared with you and how we found God and found sobriety, and it was great. It was
How many years?
Huh?
How many years were you married?
Well, we were married for 17 years. We were together for 23 years.
23 years you were together.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Were those the best years of your life?
I wish I never would have left the mark. I should have stayed and stuck it out. There was help. I mean, I laugh because we went to counseling for 11 years. But we just went to counseling because it was what worked for us, if we had a hard day, we didn't know how to communicate with each other, we were there and our dude was there. And it's pretty much the same pastor counseled us the whole time. And he helped us. And, it was a godly marriage, and it worked. And, we weren't perfect. We fought and screamed and still did all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we were best friends and we loved each other. And that's why I shouldn't have left. I got a wild hair, and I packed my shit, and I said, I'm out. And I do that in my life, and I regret it every time.
And you went back to drugs?
Not right away. I had to get cancer again to do that. But I went back to drinking.
And that led to harder drugs.
Right where I'm at.
Not that alcohol's not hard enough in
with dirty
itself.
fingernails and dirty clothes. I don't own anything. I don't have a bank account. And I don't even have a phone right now. And who cares? Because all I got to do is walk down the street, pick up my drugs. I don't need to call anybody. It's right there.
And if somebody gave you a phone,
I'd probably sell it. So, yeah.
and what is the problem? That we're all broken?
Yeah. Guilt. Guilt and shame.
Because you were broken as a young girl.
Yeah. Badly. And there's so much more in my story. I mean, my parents lied to me when I was pregnant and told me it was an ectopic pregnancy and forced me into an abortion. And that came out a few years later. It was all a lie. They fabricated it. My mom was an OBGYN nurse and works for a doctor.
Why did they not want you to have the baby?
Because I was 16. Instead, they wanted me to have an abortion. And then because I had an abortion, I got to go to the Expo in Canada and fly on a little private airplane and go on a big yacht. And it's like, that's how my childhood was really fucked up. Like, you would think it's cool and looks great. Come on. We're going to get you an abortion, and now you can go on a private jet, you can go on a big boat, and you can buy anything you want in Canada. How does that work? Like, Grandma died, let's go to Disneyland.
Did you feel like you were loved in that family?
I'm not even sure if I know what love is right now. I think I do. I love my husband. I love my kids. I love my parents. I mean, yeah, my parents tried, but they were screwed up. And each one of them just wants to blame the other one. Still to this day, it's just disgusting. It's like, just give it up. Like, it's been 28 years, shut up. Yeah.
Do you have hope of rebuilding a life now?
I think so. I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I'm tired. I'm tired. This isn't a life I know how to do. I don't know how to live in a tent. Some people are comfortable, they don't mind it, and that's okay for them. They just want to get high, and you know what, I respect that. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. If somebody told me, Carrie, you can have your house, you can have your life back, and you can still get high, oh my gosh, I'd be up at 6 a.m., ready to go. But that's not reality, that's not going to work. Because the drug always comes first, we put the drug before everything. And little by little, it chips away, and that drug is always number one, and we're lying and deceit in our family and hurting people and taking things that aren't ours to get that high. It doesn't work.
What's your biggest regret?
Leaving my husband.
Leaving your husband? Where is he now?
He's still in that little 1,100 square foot home in Mission Viejo where his parents lived. With my daughter and my dog. Our other dog just passed away. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't speak to our son. My son's sober. 2.5 years. He's expecting a baby this summer.
He got clean?
All on his own. I introduced him to the girl. She was our driver when we would go out boosting, stealing in stores. And they hit it off the first day they met. And I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then they ended up falling in love together with each other, and she went out on a pretty good bender of meth and got abducted and all this stuff. So her bottom hit hard and fast. And she said, Jack, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to get clean. And he said, I'm ready. I'll go with you. They went to 2 separate hospitals. They stayed 90 days in each program. And they did every single thing their sponsors told them. They lived in halfway houses and sober living for the first year. Now they live together. So they had 1 year apart. Now they're together. And it's been, I think, like 15 months. And they're going to have a baby in July.
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's really cool. And his boundaries are so strong. He will not talk to me. He calls me on my birthday. Him and I are very, very close. Closer than any of my daughters. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. And he'll text me, like my birthday was a few weeks ago, and he said, Mom, happy birthday. I hope you're safe. I hope you're warm, and hope you know I love you, Jack. So he's doing good. And that's okay, I want him to stay where he is. He's so scared to be around me. He says, if I see where she's living, I'm going to want to go out and help her. And if I go and help her, I'm going to get high. I can't do that, so I got to stay away from her. He's smart. I raised a good kid.
Sounds like it. You don't think any of that is something you want to quit the drugs to be part of?
Absolutely.
And what stops you?
I think a lot of it, Mark, is getting there. It's the biggest obstacle. Getting out of Skid Row area, getting off that block is hard. Like, even if you want to just go, I mean, okay, for instance, last week I spent $450 on hotel rooms that I booked and never even got to. I booked them, I paid for them online, and I never got there. because my wallet was stolen. I don't have my own ID. I had to get somebody to go there for me, and then I can't go without any drugs, so I got to stay and get the drug. It's just like, it's like a vicious circle, one thing after another. By the time it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not in the hotel room yet. Oh, try again tomorrow. It's crazy. Spent so much money trying to get to it. Now I don't book it until we're at the front desk. And then once a person so I can put their name in there.
It sounds like you're sensible enough to know that this whole thing is fucked up.
Way fucked up.
Yeah. But you still can't pull yourself away from it?
I just need a little help. When that friend came along at Christmas and set all that up for the paid rehab, that was the help I needed. The guy got me an Uber out to the valley where the program was. He got my insurance. He set everything up. All I had to do was show up. Suit up and show up. That's all I had to do. That's what I need right now. Somebody said, come on, here we go.
Why did it not work last time?
Honestly, the program sucked. They were just there to make their money.
Yeah, so, some of these programs are just...
It was so bad.
They're built to make money off the insurance.
They woke us up, did meds, talked to us at bedtime. There was no programming. There was nothing to do. I sat around idle in my head all day.
Is it just a body broker?
That's
setup?
all it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sober. I'm not doing any drugs in there. And you're like, what? You're going to just let me sit and boil in this? You can't do that. And I got into it with staff. They were Armenian, all the staff there, and they would stand around and talk about all of us in their language. And
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
yeah, I lost it on them. I went off. So no, that didn't work. But there's a lot of good programs going around too. There's a lot of programs that really feed into you and pour that good old sobriety and program and 12 steps, And that's what I need. So I'd like to come back when I'm sober.
I would love that.
Yeah. And check in, tell you where I'm at.
You get your stuff together. You have every reason in the world to now.
Yeah. I've got 3 grandbabies due this summer. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, come back whenever you're ready.
Okay. I'd like that. I'm gonna have some success here, right?
That'd be a beautiful story. All right, Carrie, you just let me know.
All right, Mark, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story.